With a song and a smile, we'll be talking about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So let's get cracking! Hello all my explorers, and welcome back to Loren's Adventures Out There. And if you are new, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. My name is Loren, and I'm with Castlescapes and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. We do unboxings and hauls, pins, box swaps, Disney news, Disney reviews, and more. So if that sounds interesting to you, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really helps your favorite content creators know that you appreciate them, and we in turn appreciate that. So in my video where I look back at 2021 and forward to 2022, I'll link that above over here, I said that one of the things that I wanted to do was watch all 60 Disney animated films. Starting with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and ending with Encanto. I should also mention within this list of 60 films that it is only Walt Disney Animation Studios canon films. So Disney owns a whole bunch of studios. Pixar, Disney Toon Studios, 20th Century Films, and this will just be the ones created by Walt Disney Animation Studios. I'm going to try to do once or twice a week, depending on schedules and things like that. I'll definitely have to do at least a few more than once a week, because there's 60 films and only 52 weeks. So anyway, with that, let's dive in to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The film is based on a Grimm's Brother fairy tale, which was one of actually Walt Disney's favorites. He saw it in the theater, and I think that definitely influenced his look at the film in putting it together. But anyway, Snow White is about a maiden who is mistreated by her evil mother, who's the queen. And every day the queen would ask her magic mirror,
"Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?"
Well, one day the mirror says that it's Snow White. And so what's a mother to do but murder her own daughter? She asks a huntsman to take a box, go out to the woods, and bring back her heart in that box. And the huntsman goes out, but he sees her and her innocence, and he just can't do it. So he pleads for the princess to run into the forest, and that he brings the queen back the heart of a deer, to make her think that he had killed Snow White. Well, Snow White flees into the forest. She finds a cottage lived in by 7 little men, the 7 dwarfs, and they all get along, and she kind of takes care of them, and they kind of take care of her as well. And anyway, one day, the queen once again requests for her mirror to tell her who's the fairest one of all. And the mirror says it's still Snow White. And the queen, says, I got to do things my way. And she goes and creates this potion that makes her into an evil old hag. And she has poison apples that, for some reason, had in it the power of love through kiss to heal her. And I'm not exactly sure how any of them knew this, but the dwarves put Snow White in a glass case, and they waited for the prince to come, and the prince eventually comes, kisses her on the lips, and, takes her away, and they live happily ever after. So that is the tale that they are telling in this film, and it is quite a wonderful film. It was considered one of Walt Disney's follies. People did not think that an actual full-length animated feature would go down well. They're like, okay, we're just not used to the cartoons that come before the movies. Why is anybody going to watch this? Well, Walt Disney, as he always does, and can see the future in the way that he always was able to do. He was a futurist. He proved them wrong. And the film turned out to be a smash success. And it's just, you can look at the film and criticize it for its kind of, out of date views on what a woman should be looking for, because she basically pines all of the film for a prince to come. And you could also say that this film is one of the slower paced films, but I don't think that you can deny the artistry that went into this film. Now you look at 1928, 10 years before, they were doing the Mickey Mouse cartoons, and all rubber hose animation. I'll show you what that looks like here. They were doing that kind of animation. And then through the years, they started kind of really experimenting in their silly symphonies to make certain things, like do more character animation, trying to make humans look more human rather than rubber hosey. You look at the Goddess of Spring, and you can see what they were trying to do there. That was kind of their initial attempt on trying to do somebody like Snow White. So just fantastic artistry. There's a scene that I'll post here of the dwarves crossing a log over a valley during a sunset. And it is the most striking scene I've ever seen in any of the animated films. The majesty of it all. And you just think about the fact that 10 years before, they were doing rubber hose animation. It's amazing to think where they went with that. So, and honestly, if I am to be honest, the music is amazing to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I love the soundtrack. It is one of my favorites. I am always singing the songs to this, whether it be Hi Ho, or Song and a Smile, or Someday My Prince Will Come.
Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again.
and they just make me happy. There was a sweetness and sincerity to the voice of Adriana Castellati, who played Snow White back in 1937. Her voice was something that was out of time, but for that era was very common to have more of an operatic style voice. And but she just had this sweetness and sincerity to her voice. Now, I've been thinking long and hard about this because Walt Disney Studios is doing a live action remake of Snow White, starring Rachel Ziegler. And I just watched West Side Story, which was just phenomenal. And if you have not seen that film, go see it. But I think that Rachel Ziegler has that kind of range in which she could easily not imitate Adriana Castellati, but definitely give us that kind of sweetness and sincerity that is needed in that role.
Tonight, it all began tonight. I saw you and the world went away. Tonight, there's only you tonight. What do you want? What do you do? What do you say?
So I'm super excited to see the live action version. Hopefully it will be a musical version. Why hire Rachel Ziegler if you're not going to have a musical? That's all I'm going to say. The film is dark. And the fact that the mother, goes to hire somebody to have her daughter murdered because her daughter looks better than her, that's pretty crazy. I think, though, I know that there's a lot of people who complain about the early Disney films being dark. Like, you've got Pinocchio and the Pleasure Island scene where the boys turn into donkeys and they're drinking and they're smoking. And then you got Bambi and his mother dying. And you got Snow White and the evil queen trying to put her heart into a glass box. Well, I just feel like those are teachable moments that you should talk with your kids. I think that there's too much shielding of kids from information that you'd be surprised at what they know. Like in schools, it's crazy. Definitely a film to watch. And with the profits from this film, Disney was able to build his dream studio in Burbank, California in 1939. And that studio is still there. And it is amazing to go to and just absorb the history of that place and all of the movies that we love that were created there, and the people who walked these streets at the studio. It's just an amazing energy and just amazing to think that it's still there and still going strong. They also received a special Oscar, an honorary Oscar. It was one full-size Oscar and 7 small Oscars to represent the Seven Dwarfs, presented to Walt Disney by Shirley Temple, who was a big child actor at the time.
I'm sure the boys and girls in the whole world are going to be very happy when they find out that the daddy of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Ferdinand, Mickey Mouse, and all the others, is going to get this beautiful statue. Isn't it bright and shiny?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Aren't you proud of it, Mr. Disney?
I'm so proud I think I'll bust. You know, I think that Mickey Mouse and Ferdinand and Snow White and all the dwarfs are going to be very proud that you presented it.
I'm glad.
And, yeah, it's just, again, I just highly recommend this film. It is one of my favorite Disney animated films. Definitely within my top 5. And probably within my top 3. So, yeah, it's definitely in my top 3. So, while the Walt Disney Company was indeed started by a mouse, I like to think that it really started with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in terms of the growth of animation and the growth of the company itself. And, we would not be where we are today without Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So get thyself to your living room. It's on Disney Plus, and check it out. All right, we will come back probably next week with Pinocchio, which is the next film in line. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Loren's Adventures Out There. And if you did, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. Visit us on all of our socials down below. Visit our website at www.castlescapesandclones.com. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Bye!